Just
What are your fairy friends?
lots of green trees. It's just like, it's so bright and vivid. It just like sparkles.
Beautiful. Is there any fairy friends nearby?
Yeah, there's a little one.
Is it close? You could talk to it?
She's got like a pixie haircut for wings, and she's just like fluttering next.
Are you able to talk to her?
Sure.
A little pixie haircut. What's her name? Light brown.
Ria.
Ria. It's cute.
She's cute.
Ask her, where are we?
We're back in LemuRia.
LemuRia. And does she have any idea what's going on in our world today? We need help, Ria.
Let's see.
Would it be easier for her to speak through you?
It says we are transitioning from the old world into the new. Well, more so remembering where we came from, where we started in this beautiful land, in unity, and love and respect for each other. Things took a wrong turn when destructive energies entered the planet. This is an experiment for her. And many, many races are at play. All with their specific influences over the years. Humans think they're alone, but they are not. There are many races already here, and many that influence your awareness without you even being aware of it. Some positive and some negative. This is the great experiment. A world of duality and free will. Many beings came down to help humans over the years. However, they were positive beings. They had good intentions. However, they also got sucked into the greed and power and became destructive themselves. And this is what's happening now. You are seeing. The veil is lifting. It is being revealed to you things that you never thought possible. That your reality isn't what you thought it was. And this is very concerning for you. It causes much cognitive dissonance and despair.
Yes, it's very devastating to see what's going on out there and how divided it feels, and it's like you can't even keep up anymore with the different agendas that are going on simultaneously. And
You have
it's
the
like
power to take back that control. Humans have forgotten that they are powerful sovereign beings and have allowed themselves to be enslaved. They've lost their critical thinking skills and given themselves over to the power of the machine and a false, fake reality driven by subconscious desires and being unconscious of their behaviors and actions and unaware that they are subtly being manipulated in the background by forces that seek to destroy them. It is very devastating
mm-hmm.
to find this out. But the dark forces cannot have power over you if you don't give away your power. Take back your consent. Step into your sovereignty as a human race. And stop giving your power away to them.
Mm-hmm.
You do not need anyone to rule over you. You are capable of working in unity and harmony with each other. When you all come together and realize that you've been manipulated all along, all of the division is caused by outside influence. And forces at play that wish to divide you and conquer, to have this earth for their own. And you cannot let that happen. You must start standing up for yourselves and trusting in your own discernment, understanding the world that you live in right now, and all the different agendas at play. You don't need to know the details of everything. But now is the time to work on solutions. Solutions to these problems and how you can set yourself free from the controllers. There is no savior. Only you can do this for yourselves. No one is coming down in ships to take you away. Christ is not descending from the sky to save you. There's no new king that will step in and make everything better. Each individual needs to do the work from within. Face their own fears. Look at the hard things, because when you place your awareness, it dissolves the negative charge and takes it away and neutralizes it. So it no longer has that power over you. But you must face your fears and do the inner work. Because what you see all around you now is what you've all created collectively. You've created this with your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions, your ignorance, your inability to look at yourselves. It's a collective construct. It's a creation of your own. You can only blame the abuser so much before you have to take responsibility for yourselves. And stop waiting for someone else to do it. Now is the time. If it is not done now, humanity will destruct, self-destruct. Everyone needs to stop being lazy. And do the work required to pull you forward into a new earth. You have the capability. Just as you've created this with your thoughts, you can create what you all want. 99% of you want peace and love and unity and freedom and happiness and prosperity and abundance. 99% of you. And when you realize you've been manipulated and you take yourself out from under that manipulation, then you have the power to change it. The power is back in your hands.
I feel there's so much distractions going on, and a lot of those false flags that are happening are like everybody's heads are turned in different directions, and it's really difficult to follow. What advice do you have for at least the people that are awake, the light workers, while all the chaos is happening around us?
You have to be the eye of the storm. You stand in the middle, neutral, calm, composed, and let it happen around you. Unless it's affecting your current reality, the reality in your own world, your own life. You need to be able to remain as neutral as possible and not get sucked in all those different distractions and directions. That's what they want. They want you to be distracted from doing the inner work. They want you to be in fear because that's what they feed from. They feed from your fear. They feed from your outrage. They feed from your devastation and despair. All of that energy, humans are putting into those distractions are feeding the archons. It's feeding the system, keeping this going. And while, yes, you need to be aware of what's happening in your world, of course, but you don't need to give it your energy. Because most of it is constructed for the specific reason of feeding from you. Especially light workers, because their light quotient is so high that it gives them more energy. So if you can step back and, like I said, when you face that fear that you have, it neutralizes it, and you can remain centered instead of pulled in so many different directions. Get grounded, feel into your heart, know that is what's true. That is the only thing true in this reality.
Yes.
Your own heart and your connection to source. That is the only thing you can count on to be true in your current reality. So always checking back in with yourself. Regardless of what is happening around you, you have the capacity to feel inner peace.
It seems like a lot of work, like as if everyone has just suddenly split in different places. So
Conquer and divide.
yeah.
Divide and conquer. That's the plan. You have to realize it's only in unity and coming together that any of this will change. Not in blaming anyone or waiting for someone to save you. You each have to take responsibility and do the work.
Yeah, I feel like so much has happened, even though everybody's still cooped up in their homes. And it's not even, the virus just seems so distant. It's so far. But so much has happened since then.
So much is happening, and even though it seems like to you things are worse than ever, people are stuck in their homes. They are facing the things that they were unable to face while they were running all the time. And every time something gets cleared, it allows that space for the higher frequencies to come in. As much darkness as there is on the planet, there's light too. So much light. And that is what is causing all of this to erupt to the surface. Because you cannot heal what you don't see. So the wounds are erupting, coming to a head, so that they can be cleared and then healed. I just got the image of like a whitehead coming to a head and then popping.
Whitehead?
Yeah.
My kind of image.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do feel that there's a lot of purging going on, like even in myself, so I know it's happening everywhere else.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the Great Purge.
Yes, it is.
All that is hidden is coming to light, and that's why it feels so overwhelming. Deep, dark secrets, the underbelly of Earth is showing itself. But it's a requirement. It has to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be seen before it can be healed.
Mm-hmm.
It's thousands of years of trauma.
Yeah. I'm feeling the fluctuations of the energy going up and down. Even my moods are going up and down every week. It's so different every week. Like I'm changing every week.
Things are happening so fast.
Yeah, they are. That's exactly what it feels like. And, June is right around the corner already. And you know how we're already halfway through 2020.
Time is speeding up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's speeding up. I feel like it's, a little pebble that started from the beginning of the year and now it's just rolling down this hill and it's a huge boulder. Like it's just picking up speed.
Mm-hmm.
What do you suggest for people that are down in the dumps and I feel like they can't get out of it?
Just be. Just be. Allow yourselves to feel those feelings. And because it's in feeling them that you process through them.
Mm.
It's okay to feel those things, to grieve for the planet that you thought you had, and for the atrocities that are coming to the surface now. But not to stay there forever, because you eventually have to work through those emotions and come to a place where you can start to create and think about solutions to what's happening now.
Yeah.
You have the creative ability. As humans, you are amazing, amazing beings. Collectively, if you all focused in the same direction, you can create easily what you want. As much division as there is, you all want the same things. But you let yourselves be manipulated, and you let the exterior world dictate who you are, and you're blinded by your differences. Stop judging each other. Allow each person to be who they are and work through their process as they need to. It's happening. This is the shift. Everyone is shifting, whether they realize it or not. awakening on so many different levels.
Yes.
Sometimes it's necessary to swim in that despair for a while, in that grief, in order to make your way through it.
Yes.
But to also know that you are not those feelings. They are not who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't need to identify them, but to realize they are like clouds moving through the sky, and you are the sky. And you let them, allow them to move through you. They come and go. Nothing is temporary. So as dark as it feels right now, it's temporary. It's not permanent. It's not for forever. It's like the dark night of the soul for the collective of humanity. And you, as the Lightworkers, need to be the light for the others as you're processing through your own grief. Try to remain as neutral as possible when taking in information, and realize there's always something bigger behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Bigger reason, a higher perspective for it. And a lot of these souls who are transitioning right now, there's like a mass exodus from Earth for many different reasons. Some because it's just their time.
Mm-hmm.
Some because they're giving their lives to draw attention to core wounds of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And some because they wanted to give their lives for a better purpose. Some because they didn't want to be around for this shift. They wanted to transition before. There's always a higher perspective for why things are happening. And keep in mind that each and every person creates their potential exit points before they even come into this life.
Mm-hmm.
So as painful as it is to watch something like that man killed by the police officers, you have to realize also that his soul chose that to shed light on these issues and to help you heal them.
Mm-hmm.
So just knowing that will help you remove some of the emotional charge and be able to see it from a higher perspective.
Yes, I tend to forget at times. I just get so caught up in the human emotions of everything, and Because in a 3D vision, it is very devastating to see things like that happen to people.
Mm-hmm.
But I do understand it from the perspective that you speak of. It does make it easier. It's just, having to retrain to pull yourself out of it and just see it from a grander perspective.
Yes.
Yes.
It doesn't make it any less wrong what they did
Mm-hmm.
at all. It's just offering a higher perspective and understanding that on a soul level that he chose that, and he chose that for a brave and courageous reason.
Mm-hmm.
If you've noticed, things are becoming much more clear on your planet. And the way that is happening is from events like that, where there is no question that that was uncalled for and wrong.
Yes.
Where before they were able, they, as in the people in control, were able to confuse a situation or manipulate it to look like something that it wasn't. They
Mm-hmm.
cannot do that anymore because there's so much light on the planet that it's impossible.
Right.
That's why you're seeing now things that look so atrocious to you,
Right.
and they are. But it's only because you're finally having clarity, 2020, clear vision.
Yes.
That's what this year is about.
Mm-hmm. I've heard that a few times. And I heard that when I was having a really bad week, and I was like, yeah, I see it. It's so hard to see it.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, yeah, it does help to see things for what they really are.
Mm-hmm. Things that you can look at and not have any questions.
Right.
Like, well, did they do that on purpose, or did they not do that on purpose? Or maybe he did do something really bad and he deserved that. No, there's none of those questions anymore. There's too much light on this planet, and it is showing you clearly what is right and wrong
Right.
without your mind being manipulated
Mm-hmm.
and confusing you.
Yes.
The more you clear your own wounds, as you know, every time you clear, you lighten up the planet. You lighten up the load for the whole planet and the collective.
Yes.
So if each individual person would focus on their own inner work, in releasing their traumas, in mastering their thoughts
Mm-hmm.
and their emotions, that's how you change the world. Every little thing you do ripples out,
Mm-hmm.
whether that's a negative thought or a positive thought. It affects the collective.
Yes. Is there anything else at this time you feel that we should know?
Be aware of the trickery used to deceive you, to divide you,
Mm-hmm.
to keep you from coming together.
Mm.
As Jesus said, where two or more are gathered in my name, you are powerful when you come together in unity, in Christ consciousness, for peace and love and transformation upon this planet. The power is in your hands. Each and every one of you are capable of making the changes necessary and anchoring in more light. Allow yourselves to be the vessels through which the light flows through, anchoring more and more light into the grid. But be prepared, because there will be more to come. You will see more chaos as things come to light. And the next is the illusion of a food shortage. And it would behoove each and every one of you to be prepared for that. There are those prepper kits you can buy with enough food to last a few months. So it would be wise to have something like that, just in case you're unable to get food or not grow enough to sustain you. I know many of you have started your own gardens, which is amazing, and we're so happy to see that. To see you reconnecting with the earth again. She's like jumping up and down.
So cute. I could see it too.
I was like, you're a feisty little fairy. She's like got her hand on her hip, like, yeah, I know. Oh my god, it was so hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
Well,
So
they were
funny.
here last night. I was at like 3 a.m. I got up and went to the window for some reason, and there was a whole bunch of them out last night.
Mm. With all their hands on their hips.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. If that is all, Ria. What?
She said you're both pretty sassy too.
We?
Yeah.
I don't know about that, Ria.
Yeah. Look at you pulling threads.
I don't know if that's sassy. I think that's just sick of that narrative or these things that are just so, like you say, obvious, or there's no question. And there's just people that are so blind, or they see what they want to see.
And there are people that will take advantage of that situation.
Right.
Where
that's frustrating.
Yes, all is coming to light. And these more manipulators, more con men are going to try to take advantage of the situation and the fact that there are still people that just want a savior.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to be saved. And
yes,
you have to be careful right now, especially.
Right.
Don't just believe anyone that comes out and says they're the new king.
Oh my God.
You have to do your research and use your own discernment. And
right. And if you don't find anything in your research, while you research, I think that should be an indication.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else, Ria? Huh?
We love you, she says.
I love you too, Ria.
She says, we have so much hope for the humans. They're always sending you love and fairy dust.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. We need a lot of fairy dust. Please. Please.
She says, we have lots of fairy dust and we like to share it.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, we're always around. All you have to do is talk to us.
Easy. We'll do that.
Easy.
Yes.
She did a little curtsy.
I saw that too.
Did you?
Stop. Yeah. I even felt like a little, oh my God, that's so funny. So cute.
So cute.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Ria. We love you. Thank you for being with us and for sharing your wisdom. And for this fairy dust that the world needs at this time.
She's blowing kisses.
Amazing. All right. I'm going to ask that Tena disconnect from Ria. Take a deep breath in.